Alright everyone, here's the video I promised about the stats I posted on X about passing the take profit eval. So I'll just go over the stats quickly. I did post this on my Twitter, or my X rather. So I passed a 25k account with Take Profit Trader. I'll show you why I chose a 25k account this time round. But just to go over the stats real quick. So trading days took 5 days. Profit target of 1,500. I finished on 1,508. My biggest day was 745. Due to the consistency rule, I could have made 750 to stay under the consistency target. Don't trade more than 3 contracts at a time. Don't allow your account balance to go to 0. Only trade permitted products, and don't trade past 5 p.m, which I abided by all those rules. So the account was passed, okay? Day 1, as you can see up here, was my biggest day. I made $745. Day 2, I made $14.50. Day 3, $335. Day 4, $19. And day 5, $395. So there was nothing crazy there, okay? So again, I'm going to show you why I chose a 25k account with Take Profit Trader. But if you don't want to go with Take Profit Trader, if the rules don't align with what your trading strategy or whatever, there's multiple firms out there, guys. Check out all the firms and see which company aligns and fits you best, okay? So I use a website called Funded Program Finder. You can find them on X as well, guys. You got all the socials at the bottom. You can find his Twitter on X. He puts a lot of work into the site, and it's excellent for searching for prop firms, whether you're new to futures trading or whether you're just looking for a different firm to add to the ones already used, or whether you're just starting out and you're looking for a firm to start with. So, at the top of the page, there's the eval discounts, direct funded, price list, and so on. There's loads of information on the site, guys. It's the only site you need to choose a company that suits you the best, okay? If we scroll down with the price list, you've got the current discounts of each company. And then, when you find one that you like and the rules align to yourself, all you got to do, guys, is click the buy, from the site, and then you'll go straight to the company you want to use, to the prop firm you want to use, and you can purchase the ones there, okay? So I highly recommend checking out the site if you're looking for a prop firm, and obviously check out his Twitter as well, which is linked at the bottom for his socials, okay? So that's the site I use to look for prop firms. It shows you the best deals. Take a look at the rules. You can find a evaluation stage here. There's a filter option. You can put in the account size, whatever you're looking for, and then it'll find plans for you. It'll bring up multiple options. It's a great site, guys, just to see the discounts alone. So that's the site I use. If I chose Take Profit Trader this time. If that site is no good for you, or you prefer something with a bit more rules, or you want to pass in 1 or 2 days, or whatever it may be, you don't like the trailing drawdown, take a look at that site, and then you can choose a prop firm based off that information on that site, okay? Alright, so now we're going to get into the 3 things that helps me pass these evals and stay funded with these companies, which I'm going to share with you, and I'm pretty confident if you stick to these 3 things, it'll do it for you as well. But before we do that, guys, I just want to tell you why I chose a 25k this time round over a 50k. I've had the 50ks with Take Profit Trader. I love the 50ks. I got 50ks with multiple firms. But this is why I decided to try a 25k with Take Profit Trader, just to add to the other prop firms I use, okay? So the 50k account got a $2,000 drawdown, $3,000 profit target, and you can use 6 contracts. 25k, $1,500 drawdown, 1,500 profit target, and you can only use 3 contracts, all right? So the 25k is only $500 less drawdown than 50k account, and the profit target is $1,500 less because you've only got to reach 1,500 instead of 3,000, all right? Both accounts you can trade 5 days. End of day drawdown in both until you move to the pro account. So once you pass the test account, you then move into the pro account, which is intraday trailing, and then when you get moved to Pro Plus, it's back to end of day drawdown, which they've just recently announced, which is great. All right, so I tried it just for a simple reason: there's a smaller profit target, it's the same minimum to trading days, it suits my daily profit targets. It suits my trading style. And to be honest with you guys, with a $500 less drawdown, if that's affecting you in any way, you're either gambling these evals or your position sizing is too big, okay? You've got 5 days to trade. There's no point in going all in on day one, you know. You may as well spread the profit target over the 5 days anyway. So just to go, you know, full port or anything when you need a minimum of 5 days, or any other account, any other prop firm, you know, 7 days, whatever it may be, to try and go crazy on the first day or two is pointless anyway, because you've got to trade these minimum trading days, all right? But for more information on particularly take profit traders, go to their website. They'll give a better explanation than what I have here of the rules and everything and the criteria. But that's the reason why. You know, I just chose it because it was $500 less drawdown, which is not going to matter to me. I never let my losses get more than, you know, 5, maybe 10% of the total drawdown anywhere on any trade. So, um, you know, I try and get good entries on my trades and things like that. So if I do get in drawdown or I take a loss in trade, it's not massive amounts of loss to the account anyway. So this suited me, okay? So now, guys, I'm going to go over the 3 things that if you adapt this into your trade, and I'm pretty confident that it will help you pass these evals, get funded, but more importantly, stay funded and hit those payouts, okay? So number 1, trade with a position to withstand the drawdown and keep your account alive. So as I mentioned earlier, uh, whatever your drawdown is, your account, guys, the account you have is only the size of the drawdown. So you may have a 50k account or a 25k account, which will give you the leverage to get these contracts, but that's not the size of the account, because you can only lose the 1500 on a 25k or a 3000 on a 50k, or whatever the drawdown is in 100k or 150k on the multiple prop firms, whatever that may be. They're all roughly similar across the board. But your size of your account, you've got to get in the mindset of that's all the size of the account is, 1500, 3000, whatever it may be. So when you're placing trades, although you can take these amount of contracts, you want to be taking the position sizes that if you're wrong and you get stopped out, or there's a bit of whipsaw on the instrument you're trading, particularly NQ because it's very volatile, that those moves can withstand this drawdown, okay? So to put a risk on of $500 per trade on a 25k account, you've only got to have 3 losing trades in a row and that account is gone. That's not the way to trade these guys. You want to be taking smaller risk, pinpoint your entries the best you can. So if you are wrong and you get stopped out, you're not getting stopped out for a big chunk of that drawdown, okay? So this is crucial to me. Every time I trade an eval, or every time I'm funded trying to get to a payout, you know, you've got to keep this in mind. You've only got the drawdown amount to play with, so you can forget this total amount. uh, I never maximize these anyway, unless I'm over the threshold, whether that be a trailing drawdown or I got a bit of buffer in our account or a bit of financial cushion in our account. I never utilize these until I'm there, okay? So until I get over the trailing drawdown or I got some buffer in any of the accounts, I abide by the rule of I'm only using this amount as my total account size until I get some money in our account, okay? So my position sizing is always with this in mind. That's number 1, guys. And if you do that alone, that will stop you from gambling these evils away. Number 2, stop the casino mindset. Look for long-term consistency, play the long game. So unless you're coming in with a bit of cash to buy a load of evils to link up, whether it be 5 or 20 on some companies, and you're going for a windfall, it's a waste of time, you know, trying to rob the bank in one day. What you want to be doing, guys, is looking for long-term consistency, playing the long game. And I'm going to touch on this in my 3rd and final point. But if you want to be a trader, you know, whether this is a side hustle or you want to do it full time, you've got to get out of the habit of trying to get as much money as you possibly can in one day. You've got to turn up, providing you've got your setups in place, they back tested, they work. You've got your things that you trade on a chart, and you sat there waiting for those things to materialize on a chart. Stop the gambling. Look for long-term consistency, and then take the trades as they come. And then before you know it, guys, you'll pass these evals. Don't turn up. It's easy to get influenced with all the big wins you see across social media, but don't compare yourself with them. Start where you are. Get these evals passed. Turn up. Take the A plus setups that you know best and you've back tested and you used to trade in, and just turn up every day and do that in a compound effect, and you'll get these passed. So Point number two, don't go gambling these evals away, all right? Look for long-term consistency. You want to be trading these evals the same way as you would trade your account when you get funded, the same way you can continue to trade after you took payouts and you grow the account. You want to do the same thing all the time. Consistency is key. All right, and a third and final point, which to me is the most important, and people see most success when they abide by point number three. And that's what I like to call my golden rule. And that is take off all restraints for passing. Turn up and just trade your choosing setups. If the market doesn't match your criteria, leave it for that day and don't place no trades. So what do I mean by that? So as for taking off all restraints for passing, whichever prop firm you use, you've got a certain amount of days where you can pass that eval. So that might be 2 days with some firms, it could be 7 with others, it could be 5 with the take profit account I showed you what I passed myself. It was 5 days. As you know, that doesn't mean you've got to pass in 5 days, okay? I know everyone is eager to move from the eval stage into the funded stage, and that's why a lot of people to try and pass these accounts in the allotted time. So with Take Profit Trader, it weren't purposely done that I passed that 25k account in 5 days. I didn't care if it took me 10 days, 15, 20. The important thing was I'm turning up and I'm trading my setups. Now I have 4 setups that I trade the first 2 hours of the market, which are high probability. And I turn up on the day. If the market and the chart don't match my criteria and any of those 4 setups don't present itself, I don't trade. It's as simple as that. Now you've seen on the 2 days of the 5, I made small profits. That was because the setup presented itself. I had my stops too tight and I got stopped out, which indicated to me it was a wiki market. So I sat those 2 days out with, minimal profit. It was no problem. I came back the following day and then I made $300 and whatever the rest was, and that's how it goes. Not every day is going to be a home run. Not every day is going to work. But I had no problem with taking that longer than 5 days. So take the restraints off for passing. Wherever the criteria is for passing, get that out of your mind. Don't matter if it's 5 days, 1 day, whatever it is. Take that off and forget how long you've got before you can actually get funded. The important thing is you're turning up, you're remaining patient, you have your setups, which you trade. If you haven't got a setup, that's the first thing you want to do before you even get here. If you haven't got a setup that you trade and you're successful with the majority of the time, that's the first thing you need to do. Once you've got that setup that you're profitable with, I'd say more than 50% of the time, you wait for that to materialize. If it don't materialize, guys, don't trade. Some days the market ain't going to be in your favor. You're going to turn up some days and it's going to be a messy chart. It's going to be hard for you to read, or it's not going to be as clean as you would like to implement your setup. On those days, don't trade. But the golden rule is take off the restraints for passing. If it's 5 days to pass, forget that. If you need to hit a certain profit target, forget that. Turn up and just trade, whether that takes 1 day or whether it takes 10 days. Don't put all these expectations on yourself that you've got to pass in 2 days or you've got to pass in 5 days. Turn up with a mindset that you've got a specific setup that you are profitable with the majority of the time. You sit down, you let the charts open. If that opportunity presents itself that you can execute your setup, then do that. And then turn up again tomorrow, rinse and repeat. If it comes again, you implement your setup. And you do that over and over and over, including the days that it doesn't come. And then before you know it, you got these passed. So take all the restraints off, guys. Forget the amount of days you got to pass. Forget the amount of dollars you need to pass. Just turn up, implement your setups, and I can guarantee you guys, if you just stick to these 3 things, you'll pass an eval, get funded, and remain funded, and reach those payout stages. So there's no magic bullet to this, guys. There's no secret sauce to trading. You've got to have your risk management. You've got to have your setups, which is back tested and proven to be profitable for yourself. It's going to be different for every trader. The main thing with these prop firms is dealing with these drawdowns. And like I said, if you turn up and implement these 3 things, number 3 being most important, I can assure you, you'll find success in passing these evals. All right? So when you go into your trading week next week, keep these 3 things in mind and see what difference it makes. So number 3 here, this is a main one I find with people, because certain prop firms, you've got 2 days to pass. They try and get 50% of the profit in one day, 50 the day after. That leads to over leveraging. blown their account, or 5 days, whatever. They're on day 4, they got one more day, they only need $800, so they tend to oversize on the 5th day to try and get it past that day. Take it all off, guys. When you turn up, just trade and let the dollar amounts take care of themselves. All right? So these 3 things are what I swear by when I trade. This is what I stick to when I trade, whether it's a break-even day, a small loss, or a win. It's not going to work every day. I leave it that day, I come back the following day, and it's just an overall effect because I'm in this for the long game. As point 2 said, I'm looking for long-term consistency, just like every other trader is. You're going to have good days and bad days, but if you implement these 3 things, I promise you'll see a big difference in your trading and a big difference passing these evals and keeping the funded accounts. So that's what I do, guys. There's no magic bullet. Number 1, get setups or a trading setup that you were profitable with the majority of the time. Number 2, stick to these 3 things and you'll see a big difference in what you're doing trading. So I hope that helped, guys. That's what I did to pass my 25k account, and that's what I will remain to do, adding these prop firms to the ones I already have and continue to get payouts. And one last thing, guys, if you are struggling with finding a setup that suits your personality and your account size, or you're struggling to pass evals, or you're just looking for a community to trade with, head over to breakoutplays.com. I can help you find the setups and the trading style that suits you. We got a vast amount of information there. We got some great traders. We've got channels with private YouTube videos explaining the setups that I use and teaches you how to use these setups for the first 2 hours of the market. We've got chart pattern channels, which shows you all the chart patterns to look through for the rest of the day during the trading day. It's got a multitude of information here, guys, that'll help you, whether you're a new trader or you're a trader struggling to find consistency. If you're looking for a community to trade with or to learn a bit more or find out how I trade and pass these evals and what setups I personally use, head over to the website, guys, or shoot me a DM, or you can email me at admin@breakoutplays.com, and someone will pick up the email and get back to you, and we can get you on a journey to passing these evals and getting funded. Okay, guys? If you enjoyed this video, guys, and it was any help, let me know. I got a few other videos on a few other prop firms with the evals passed, and I'll do some more videos then as I take these to payout and show you. Okay? So good luck and happy trading.